And then come into neutral. And then you're going to, so your feet can be, tops of the feet can be down or toes tucked, depending on what's most comfortable for your knee. And then we're going to just start to waggle the hips a little side to side. So feeling the side body shortening one side to the other. And then start to sway the shoulders. So have the hands firmly pressing down, but you're trying to kind of just wiggle in any direction. And then coming back to neutral. And now we're going to do the sink and punch, so mobilising the shoulder blades. So straight arms, push the floor away, puff out between the shoulder blades. So hips stay neutral, feel the shoulder blades spread, and then on an exhale, straight arms, draw the shoulder blades together. Keep lifting through the back of the head, so your neck is in, your head is in line with the spine, so punching up, and then exhale, sinking down. So just getting that motion, shoulder blades moving away from the back of the ribs. And then tuck your toes, walk your hands forward, come up into down dog. Slowly walk your dog. So you're going to bend one knee, push through the opposite heel, feel into the calves. And then we're going to roll forward into high plank. So press that as if you're doing the punch, you're pushing out between the shoulder blades, and then lift your hips, come back into down dog. So really strong through the shoulders, engage the core. Inhale again, roll forward into high plank. Push the floor away, spread the shoulder blade. Then lift your hips, and back into down dog. And then one more rolling forward. Nice and strong. Lift your hips, coming back into down dog. And then we're going to drop our knees. Keep the toes tucked. We're going to come into puppy pose. So hips stay over knees, walk your hands forward, and then turn your tailbone up. Keep the arms straight, the elbows lifted, but draw your forehead to the mat. So if that feels, you feel that your head is not hitting the floor, then you can rest it on your towel roll. So arms straight, lift your elbows, and push the floor away. So getting length in the spine, turn the tailbone up, feel the shoulders. And then lift your head. Walk your hands back, tuck your toes, come up into down dog. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees, hang on to your elbows, hang your head. Ragdoll. And shake your head and nod. Let the neck be loose. And then slowly unravel to stand. And then come to stand at the front of the mat. So we're going to do half salutes and sun salute A, but we're going to take sun salute A really slowly. So, and I'm going to add a few bits in, so it's not the usual one, so follow me. Standing in mountain, half salutes. Inhale, palms to touch, look up. Exhale, forward fold. And bend your knees, fingertips down, just whatever feels good. Inhale, halfway lift. Look up, tailbone up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Again, exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart and standing mountain. So a sun salute variation, standing in mountain, inhale, bring your palms to touch, reach up. So feel as if you're reaching through the middle finger. Lift those kneecaps so the thighs are engaged, and then feel the ribs drawing back. So you're going to lift your chest a little and look up at your thumbs, being aware how strong you need to be through the core, the thighs, and then exhale, you're going to hinge forward, forward, fold. Pause here a moment, so if you need to bend the knees to release the hamstrings a little, that's fine. And then inhale, halfway lift. So a couple of breaths here. So we want to feel straight arms, flat back. So look up, tailbone up, and sliding the shoulder blades down towards your waist, feeling into the backs of the legs. And then bend your knees, palms down, step back to high plank and forward. So feel that hugging in of the forearms and the shins. And then we're going to drop the knees, cross at the ankles. And you're going to slightly roll the elbows forward. So we're going to do this twice. So it's a little chaturanga press up. So hug the elbows towards each other and lower to the mat, and then press back up. One more. Back up. And then release your toes down, and then you're going to lower yourself all the way to the mat. And then we're going to inhale to Sphinx. Tops of the feet press down, kneecaps lift, press the pubic bone down, so engage the glutes, and then using the arms to push the floor away, draw your chest between your arms. So as I was saying earlier, like feeling the strength of the leg and the glutes that stop you if you just collapse in the middle and then push with your arms. It's not good for the lower back. Nice and strong. And then exhale, lie down, bring your arms by your side. You're going to hook your thumbs. And it's almost like you want to roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then we're going to come into locust. So gaze it down, lift your hands and pull your thumbs apart, as in the energy of them, and lift your feet. So you don't have to be high, we're not bending at the knees, but just feel that energy, tone of the body, but the back is being worked. One more breath. And then exhale, bring your hands beside your ribs, tops of the feet down. We're going to come up into low cobra. So again, strong through the legs, press the hips down, and then push through your hands. But you want to have the elbows drawing in and draw the elbows towards your waist. So feet down, so cobra. Now the tricky bit, you can let yourself come down a little, and then you're going to float your hands. So gaze is down to start with, but draw the chest forward. So you almost want to imagine your hands on the floor. And then drop the hands, tuck the toes, come up into down dog. So educating the back muscles to wake up. 3 breaths here. And then inhale, right leg lifts. Bring the right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee down, flatten the foot, come up onto the right thigh. And then we're going to do a normal lunge, which is to not really engage through the core, to go soft. So you're going to lunge forward, go soft, just feel into the lunge. So we're forgetting about the arms at the moment, just feeling into that, and then pressing back, hips over knee to start with, press down through the top of the foot. Feel that front thigh start to engage, and keep that, draw the tailbone down towards your heel, and then lunge forward. It's not as loose and floaty, but it's better for your back. Bring your arms up, reach up, and just keep the gaze forward, softening around the sides of the neck. And then fingertips down, tuck the left toes under, step forward, halfway lift, extend now. So draw the shoulder blades down your back, look up, tailbone up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. And do one more. Inhale, and pause here, reach. Squeeze the kneecaps, engage the core, reach, reach, reach up. And then it's as if you're almost sliding the shoulder blades down, lift your chest, look up at your thumbs. And then exhale, forward fold. Then inhale to halfway lift, extend. And then exhale, bend your knees, step back to high plank. Hugging the energy of the shins and the forearms towards each other, then drop the knees behind the hips. Cross at the ankles and try and just cross the other way to how you would normally. It's like when we come to the hooking the thumbs. Are the elbows slightly rolled forward, bend the elbows, draw the core in. Look, if you need to lower all the way down and then banana up, that's all right. Because you'll see progress. One more up. And then feet down, lower yourself to the mat and come into Sphinx. Same thing, activate the legs, press the hips, push away the elbows and draw the chest forward. And draw your attention to your lower back. See if you can get as long as you can. And then exhale for locust. So this time you're going to hook the thumbs the other way. Bring the inside edge of the feet together. So noticing like this inner hug this time. Gaze goes down, inhale, lift into locust. So squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, try and pull the thumbs apart. And then exhale, hands beside ribs. Tops of the feet press down for cobra, activate the legs and the hips. And then lift into low cobra. So hug the elbows in, draw them down, so shoulders away from ears. And then you're going to hover, so as if you're in cobra, hover the hands. See how high you can lift yourself. Doesn't have to be, it won't be comfortable. And then drop the hands, tuck your toes, come up into down dog. And then inhaling, left leg lifts. Bring the left foot between your hands. Drop the right knee down into low lunge. Come up onto that thigh. Soft into your lunge, just release the arms. The no engagement, just feel yourself sinking. The left knee is traveling forward. And then hand to the thigh, back up. Press down through the top of the foot, draw the tailbone down. And lunge. So if you've been doing a lot of sitting, it's so good to lengthen and strengthen through the front of the hip. And then exhale, fingertips down, tuck the right toes under, step forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Standing mountain. Now we're going to inhale, take the weight into the left foot, lift the right knee up, step back to high lunge. The left knee over left ankle, draw in through your core. And we're going to, again, go soft into lunge, so just feeling as if you're you're pushing through the back heel, so there's tone in the back thigh, but we're not, we're going soft. Bring your arms up slowly, reach up. And then lift your chest, lean back. And then bring your hands to your thigh. Now we're going to engage. You're going to bring the right foot just a couple of inches forward so you can bend that back knee. And then draw the tailbone down. And bring your hands to your heart. So it feels really nice. The other way, which is showing like there needs to be a balance between the two. So this is awkward but fully engaged. Tremble going on. You're doing some PT this week. Okay, and then step forward. And then the other side. So inhaling, bring the weight into the right foot. Step back to high lunge. And then you're going to come into your high lunge. So allow yourself, keeping the right knee over the right ankle, but the back leg straight. So this is traditional. So not like this here, just letting it go loose, reach up, lift your chest, lean back. Just noticing how the back feels. And then bring your hands to your thigh, step left foot a couple of inches forward, and then bend. So you want to see right angles. Draw the tailbone down. And hands to hips or here, whichever. Just feeling into the front of the thigh. And then step forward. Inhale, weight goes into the right foot, left knee up, step back to warrior two. So you're in that central line, bend through the right knee. And then as you bend, you sink the hips, shoulders over, stacked over hips, take your arms wide. And your gaze over your front hand. And feel here. So we're drawing the tailbone down almost like a cue idea is to feel as if you're tucking your right buttock under. And you can let that go. It's almost like let the bottom go back. Just feel how, if you didn't draw that tailbone down a little, feeling into the lower back. And then reverse your warrior. Left hand slides down the back leg. Flip the right palm, but don't come up through the front leg. Stay there. Reach the right arm up. Get long in the right side of the ribs. And then side angle stretch. Bring the right arm to rest on the thigh. Left hand sweeps all the way up and over. Feel that stretch in the side body. And then inhale, coming up. Hands to hips, step forward. And then we're going to step back into warrior one. So inhale, left leg lifts, step left foot back and drop the heel. So feet on train tracks, left toes pointing slightly forward. Other way, so you've got hip distance apart between, your left foot to the left of the mat, not to the right. So now you've got space to turn the hips. Bring your arms up. So James wanted fingers, so you don't have to worry too much about the arms. So that's clasping the hands, index finger raised, and push the fingers up to the ceiling, soften around the side of the neck. And then we're going to draw attention to the lower back
As you sink your hips, you're going to push through the back heel, so you really feel this back thigh is nice and strong. Reach up, and then start to lift your chest. Lean back a little. Look up between the fingers. Exhale, step forward. The other side, inhale, bring the weight into the left foot. You're going to step back to warrior two. Right foot back to warrior two. Arms go wide. Glance down, you should be able to see your big toe on the inside of the knee, so don't let that knee fold in. And then feeling that tucking almost of the left buttock rolling under. So that you feel as if your pelvis is pressing towards the right side of the mat. Reach through fingertips, gaze over the front hand. And then let the bottom go back. It's almost like stick the bottom out. Feel that difference there. You lose that control of your core. And then press the hips again. Reverse your warrior. Right hand down the thigh. Keep lunging. But even though you're reaching up and over, you want to make sure that front knee is directly in line with the toes. And then inhale, side angle stretch. Left hand to the thigh, sweep the right arm up and over. But keep the bend in the knee. You feel this external rotation of the front thigh. We're helping to build strength in the side of the hips. Perfect. Inhale, come up, hands to hips, step forward. You're going to come down onto the mat. The line on the front. Bring the left arm in front of you. You can rest your head down if you want to, or press through the elbow. You're going to take right hand comes to right foot. Draw, so elbow is bent. Draw the heel towards your bottom. Gently squeeze the glutes. You're pressing the hips down a little. So this is like a one-legged hero pose, right the other way. So stretching through the front of the knee, the quad. And now same foot, push the foot away, straighten the arm, press the hips down. So feel that almost that the shoulder is rolling open and you're really resisting. If you let go of your foot, it would flip to the floor. And then soften, release. Rest your head and your arms, turn your feet out, rock your hips a little. And then the other side, left leg. Essentially, this is a little back bend almost. So not while we're here in the soft version of it with our head down, but you'll draw the foot in, gently press the hips down, soft through the elbow. And then feeling it's more of a back bend is then you straighten the arm and push the foot away. So if we were standing, this would be like dancer pose. So you feel that really strong connection between the foot, the shoulder, the thighs are really strong. And then soften, release the foot down, rest your head, turn the feet out. Let the thighs relax. Hands to the side. Hips, tuck your toes, come up onto your hands and knees. And then come up into down dog. And then you're going to walk, keep your hands on the floor, walk your feet in a little towards the middle of the mat almost. And we're going to take the left hand slightly forward of where your down dog position would be. And then you're going to press through the left hand,
trying to keep your legs straight, you're going to reach the right hand to the left shin, the left calf. Like a twist. Twister, yeah. So you can feeling into a little twist, looking under the left armpit, and then release the hands back down. Walk the right hand slightly forward. Press down through the heels, and then reach the left hand to the right calf. Like you're almost pulling. You're pushing the floor away with the right hand, pulling with the left. And then hands back. Walk your feet back to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, bring the right foot between your hands, drop the left knee down. So add your knee, because if particularly if you've got dodgy knees, but add it anyway, just because we're going to be here just for a little bit. So low lunge, you want to have, so now the knee can travel forward of the ankle. So you want to get hips forward of the knee, draw in through your core, and then we're going to hands to the front thigh, and we're just going to rock backwards and forwards a little, feeling into the hip. Bend hip. You might feel the right glute. Then settle forward, bring your hands down on the inside of the front foot. Take the left hand to the top left corner of the mat and bend your back knee. So that might be enough, but if you can, you're going to bring the right arm round, and you can either take, it might be easy to flip the palm, take the outside edge of the foot, or you can take the inside edge, whichever you can reach. So right hand goes back to take the left foot. So if it's too much, you're going to stay here with your palms down and bend the leg and lunge. So if you can't actually pull on it, so this is just deepening the stretch in the front of the thigh, but you're working the hamstring, which is helping to release the quad if you're just squeezing. And then place the foot down, come back up. And again, little rocks forward, feeding into the hips. And then as you lunge forward, press through the top of the foot, the back foot. Draw in through your core. Draw the tailbone down a little, so you might need to come back. So try not to be like this. You want to be almost shoulders stacked over hips. Draw the neck, the ribs in, bring your arms up. Reach up. And then lift your chest. Keep the core engaged, and it's like slide the shoulder blades a little down your back, and the gaze between your thumbs, and then exhale, palms down, step back to down dog. Walk your dog a little. And then left leg lifts, bring the left foot between your hands, drop the right knee down. Up onto the front thigh. We're going to rock. And if your knees are almost too sensitive to have the weight through them, one tip is to have the towel roll, so your knee is in front of it and you're resting on your shin. You might need to. So then there's no pressure through the kneecap, it's more through the shin. So you can try that, so then you can at least feel into it without pain. Okay. And then bending the hips. Keep the core engaged.
And then bring your hands down on the inside of that front foot. And bend the back leg. Reach the right arm to the right corner of the mat. And left hand goes behind either way, thumb down on the outside or thumb up. If you can, draw the foot in, but if not, just do the hamstring curl. When you hear you're lunging as well, so we're feeling into the glute and hamstring, and then drop foot down and back up. With a rock. Okay, and then step forward, slowly come to stand. Okay, and then we're going to come to the, if you right with that, we're going to do dancer pose. So I think it's best if you come to the wall, so wherever, and you can, yeah, we want to go side on, but so someone can come. So with dance, it's all these movements that we've been doing, is that some poses just feel great if you just let go. But it's like when to let go so you feel that essentially, if you're a dancer, that's where lots of injuries happen, is because they overextend. So it's almost like finding that point where if it feels good, you just make sure it's also safe. But so we'll be standing strong, so that the leg that's on the inside, holding onto the wall, and then bend. So this is your hamstring strength. And then you're going to take your hand as if you're lying on the mat, stretching the quad. You're going to press the hips as if you're lying down. You're going to push the hips forward, bend the elbow and draw the heel in. And it's almost like keep a tiny micro bend in the standing leg. And now we're going to start to push the foot away. So you feel the front of the hip light up, straighten the arm, and start to lean forward and push. So now there comes the back bend. You want to be strong in the leg, so you're pushing the foot away. And if you want to balance, you're going to reach the left arm forward, and your gaze will be over your thumbs. Feeling really strong through the front of the thighs, and look up. And try not to let the knee go out to the side, you're trying to take it straight back, and then exhale, slowly soften and release. So don't just let go when it's like that. So you want to make sure you do this softening action and then release. Okay, and turn, other side. And not forgetting that when it's a balance, don't forget to use your breath and your focus. So the drishti is over your hand or your nose almost. But if you want to have a fixed point to help you, use the exhale to soften. So when you're ready, you're going to extend. Lean. Keep your focus forward. Leaning into the front of that hip. And when you're ready, inhale, start to lift your chest, release the foot as you soften. And then come back to the mat. And lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Take your block. We're going to have the block, we're going to do a supported bridge. So have your heels under your knees. You can almost touch them with your middle finger, and then you're going to lift your hips up and place the block level 2. It's under your pelvis, so not on your spine, it's on the bony part.
Flip it up one, that's it. And then let the arms just relax to the side. Keep the knees bent. Because back bends involve quite a bit of core work, so this is just helping to release through the front body. Lift your hips up, remove the block. And then we'll do a few rounds of flowing bridge. So as you inhale, start with your arms down by your side, and then as you inhale, lift your hips and reach your arms to touch down behind you. And then exhale, lowering through the vertebrae, hips come down last, arms by your side. And then relax your hips down and hug your knees into your chest. And then keep the knees hugged in, but you release your arms wide, palms down. And then shuffle your hips a couple of inches to the left. And then roll your knees into the right, over into the right armpit. Then you can just relax, drop them down. So into a twist, you can turn your head the other way. Just staying there. And then inhale, bring knees back to center, bring your hips square, hug the knees in. And then keep the knees towards your chest, take the arms wide again, move the hips a couple of inches to the right. And then roll your knees over to the left. Okay, and then bring the knees back to center, bring the hips back to center, drop your feet, knees bent. And then this is if you've got the sacroiliac joint is in, you've got one left middle, those little kind of dents
at the top of the pelvis. So this is sometimes when you get a bit tweaky there. So bring your knees up and your feet up. So your shins are parallel to the mat. Flex your feet. And you want your knees roughly over your hips, and then bring your hands on top of your knees. And then you're going to press your knees down. So it's like you're pressing your hips, the back of your pelvis down into the mat. So pressure, pressing down, and then release, let the knees, hug the knees into your chest. It's the sacroiliac joint, so we just be messing around with lower backs. And then again, so feet roughly parallel, press the knees down. Just feel the back of the pelvis spread a little. And then release, hug your knees in. And then we'll do one more. Press downwards. And then hug your knees in. And rock there a little. Massage the lower back. And then we're going to come into Shavasana relaxation. Do you warm things on?